Sang Hyuk-woo of Korea, World Indoor Championship bronze medalist in 2024, but a former World Indoor Champion, sporting that very gold medal back to New Zealand. But also a fan of this flaming orange strip is Sang Hyuk-woo of Korea, fourth in the current world rankings. Quite a unique approach. Takes off from quite a long way away from the bar, and a very nice clearance at 2 meters 17, his first jump of the competition.
Celebration there. Sang Hyuk-woo.
Well, you don't see an orange strip for 15 or 20 minutes and then 3 come along at once. First attempt coming up very shortly. From dollars, if memory serves, to the winner. And Korea will be hoping it is this man who walks off with the trophy and the money. Sang Hyuk-woo. Diamond League champion in 2023. Fourth in the current world rankings. What can he do at 221? Well, he can go clear. That's what he can do. Must be something about the orange vests. Hamish Kerr clear. Getting the thumbs up, and rightly so. Nice replay angle for Woo of Korea, clearing that 221 at the first time of asking. So this competition warming up now. We're World Indoor Championships in Glasgow, and that remains the highest jump in the world this year. Hometown of Christchurch. Agricultural and economics student when he was at university. So next up is Woo of Korea. Big fan of Stefan Holm, the Swedish high jumper, and Woo goes clear. Now we're getting into the business end of this competition. He's a great competitor, and 3 first-time clearances for the Korean.
NCAA champion and a silver world championship winner, Javon Harrison. First attempt at 2 meters.
Just looking back at that high jump competition in Glasgow, I have the official results in front of me. Hamish Kerr winning with 2:36. And it was a big win too, because stand upside down and still keep the gum chewing going. Now then, Woo of Korea, 28 years of age, 4th in the current world rankings, picked up that bronze medal in Glasgow back in March at those highly successful World Championships. Glasgow did a superb job of staging those 3 days of competition. Not the biggest venue in the world, but they made a great use of space. Full crowds in every day, and some very good TV figures. Here we go. Oh! Well, I think most of the crowd thought that he had that, and Woo himself may thought, yeah, 2:28 no problem, but the bar has come down. I think he might just stay and watch the replay on this one, just to see how close he was. Psyching himself up at the beginning. Nice approach, strong takeoff. Just the merest touch, and down it came. Yeah, I think he thought he had anything about New Zealand sport. We'll know that rugby is the dominant factor there. As the old saying goes, if you're not married, if you're not an All Black, you want to be married to one. Rugby is such a huge force on the islands. Now then, Sang Hyuk-woo of Korea. 2 first-time clearances, then a first-time failure at 2:28, but a second-time clearance. Told you he was a good competitor. I think he's enthusiastic about that one, even giving himself a clap. Great competitor. more often than not, he's smiling as well. Had a little word with him before the competition, and he seemed pretty happy with life. Remember that competition that he had in Belgrade at the World Indoor Championships? Proved to us all that day what a competitor he was. And he's... By the way, in March 2022, when he won that World Indoor Championship gold, he was actually the first South Korean athlete to win a world title in any track and field event. That competition will always be very special to him, very special to those of us who were lucky enough to watch it. It was really very good fun. Tamberi was in the mix as well, I seem to remember. Gianmarco sadly not here with a bit of an injury, as Wu takes on 2:31 for the first time, and down comes the bar. But as ever, he's still smiling. Rarely do we see Wu not smiling, in fact.
2 meters, 31. Season fastest 2 meters, 36 for Japan.
So just looking behind me, this crowd has filled out now, and they've arrived in perfect time to see the culmination of this 왓그래비티 challenge. High rises of Doha in the background. We are on the Arabian Sea at the Katara Amphitheatre. This is the 왓그래비티 challenge, and the challenge facing Sang-Yok Woo now is one of 2 meters and 31. Smiley face has gone for the moment. This is the business face. This is the poker face of the former world indoor champion. Second attempt. Nope. He'll have to come back for one final crack. Officials moving into place in the background to put the bar on. Once again, we thank our officials and volunteers doing a sensational job here in Doha tonight. Yeah, not his greatest attempt. And as I was saying a little earlier, we are still pretty much in the very early throes of the outdoor summer season. Not saying for 1 second there are bigger fish to fry, but there are potentially more important world medals on offer, of course, in Paris, and Europeans in Rome. But this is an event that Wu would love to win. The first ever 왓그래비티 challenge here in Doha, organised by his great friend and rival Mutaz Barshim, who is the current leader, because he's cleared 2:31 and so has Wu. What a competitor this guy is. Just love watching him high jump. Always happy, always smiling. Gives his coach, yeah, whatever you suggested last time worked. Ranked second because of those 2 failures. And big smile from the world record holder too. So Barshim will have to move on. He won't be able to rest on his laurels because he now has company at 2:31. And let's hope we can make it a threesome with Harrison joining them, because he will be the next man to go when these replays are over. You will see the American Javon Harrison on the runway and live competition. There they are. So there is the bar, and it's at 2 meters and 33. And you sort of get the feeling that this is possibly the height that will decide first and second. Wu's had a couple of third-time clearances. He's had to work quite hard tonight. He'll definitely be feeling a little bit more tired than Barshim, who has pretty much sailed over everything that's been put in front of him. So he will have expended a lot more energy, and looking to regroup some of that through the crowd, psyching himself up. So first attempt then, the bar at 2 meters 33, 233. That's just 3 centimeters behind the highest height that's been achieved in the world this year. 233 for Wu of Korea. Well, it wasn't a bad attempt, but the bar is down, the flag is red. And Wu will have to come back for a second attempt. That's a pretty fair attempt by Wu, if we're being honest. Not too shabby at all. Them left in the competition. Normal time clock when there are more athletes is around about a minute. But it's still coming pretty thick and fast. We've been going now for around about an hour and a half, perhaps a little bit longer. If you're a stato geek, we normally calculate that for every man in a high jump competition, there's 8 minutes per competitor. So what's that, 12 eighths? 96 minutes? Yeah, we're getting pretty close to 96 minutes. That would be our standard calculation for a 12-man field in high jump. Nothing, of course, to distract them. No other events going on there. The sole focus of attention, and that's a second-time failure for Wu. And he's a bit cross with himself because that wasn't particularly close. Shake of the head, and he knows he can do a lot better. And there's the coach telling him exactly that. Yeah, that was knocked off with the back of the shoulders, I think. Perhaps the high point of the back. They very much hope that that is the local man, their hero of the past 12 years or so, the man who's done so much to promote the sport of athletics here in Qatar. Flying the white and burgundy flag around the world. And he's been a great servant to Qatar athletics. Great servant to Korea because he's been in the armed forces is Sang-Yak Wu. Really getting himself going on the runway. The odd scream, the odd bit of talking to himself. He really is a joy to watch, this guy. Uber competitive. Can he do it? Third time of asking. The bar's at 233. Oh, it was close, it was close. But it wasn't quite close enough. So he takes second place in the competition, and we have just one man left. And at the moment, he has just one attempt at 233. He has the competition won. He will be taking that beautiful trophy back home with him, and a small matter of $15,000. I don't think he'll be too worried about the money, though. He'll be more worried about the victory. And the elasticated bandage on his left knee, or just below his left knee. Here's our silver medalist. Hasn't quite made it back into the tracksuit, but Sang-Yak Wu, always smiling, absolutely brilliant competitor. Do love watching this guy compete. And we move on to the winner, the man who came up with the whole What Gravity Challenge concept. He's won his own